Good morning, I'm Colby Thielen. Right now on News 9 at 6, a busy overnight for first responders on the south side of the metro. 2 car crashes and a fire. We're going to show you a live look at all 3 of these scenes. We do have details on each of them coming up.
Pin it. They just rammed us.
Wild video. Oklahoma City police released the dash cam showing the end of a chase and 2 people arrested. I'm Lacey Lowry. Coming up, what led to it? We'll show you all the moments in just a second.
Meteorologist Lacey Swope live here in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Cold front blew through yesterday. Guys, it's very much winter-like this morning. A few snowflakes, wind chills in the teens. We'll talk about a slight warm-up as we head into your weekend. Coming up.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good morning, Oklahoma. 6 o'clock on your Friday. We call it Fry-yay around here. You guys, it is so cold this morning. We had like 80s the other day, and now you got to get your jacket.
It's a dramatic shift.
Yes.
It's a dramatic shift, especially when you're not used to it. But it's February after all. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey Swope standing by. Lacey, this weekend looks like it's going to be a little chilly too.
Yeah, the mornings are cold. The afternoon highs very close to average because it is winter after all. We were in the 70s, 74 degrees in Oklahoma City for a high on Monday. Now the wind chill is 17. That's a shock to the system. It's a weather whiplash that we always talk about. We've had so many fires, so much wind. Today, the winds are fairly light. We had a storm system that sparked severe weather, several tornadoes yesterday in the Midwest in portions of Illinois, Indiana. And our next storm is approaching from the southwest. In the meantime, that colder Canadian air has filtered back in. It's 18 in Oklahoma City, factoring in the breeze. Wind chills anywhere from 10 to 20 to 30 degrees below zero in the northern plains. So as you head out this morning, it's 25 in the Village, 28 in Moore, 27 McLeod, Shawnee, 27 degrees. Temperatures right now below freezing, and we have several mornings where we dip down below 32. Don't plant, gardeners. I know you're getting excited for it, but don't do it yet. 34 in Ardmore, 25 in Hobart. North winds, they're 5 to 15, which creates this feel-like temperatures widespread in the teens. Skies right now mostly clear, but we'll have some clouds filter on through, and we are tracking a few snow flurries in northwest Oklahoma. As you're getting the kiddos ready for school today, bundle them up. Teens for feel like temperatures, sunshine, and 50s for highs. That's what we're expecting. And coming up in full weather, we'll have the full weekend forecast, what to expect. Wildfire danger ramps back up. And guys, we're looking for rain. I think we found some of your 9-day in just a minute.
Lacey, we'll see you in a bit. Residents were forced to evacuate this morning after a metro apartment goes up in flames. It happened around 2 a.m. right near Southeast 44th and Sunny Lane, right near Del City. News 9's Brianna Brown has the details.
Yes, we're here at this apartment fire in Del City, right off Sunny View Drive. Now, the good news is that there have not been any injuries reported in this fire. I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a better look here. Now, we spoke with the battalion chief not long ago, and he said that this fire came in around 2 o'clock this morning. Now, they said that it looked like it started in a vacant apartment downstairs and moved its way to the upstairs apartment. Now, like I said, there have been no reported injuries. They told us that the security service that works for this apartment began evacuations as soon as possible and was able to get everyone out safely. Now, they said that it looks like 4 apartments were involved in with some fire damage, and then 4 others have some extensive smoke damage. Right now, they're working to put out some of those hot spots right now. But the good news is no one was injured in this fire. And you stick with News 9. We'll keep you updated here in Del City. Brianna Brown for Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Brianna, thank you. And we'll push any updates from firefighters over at news9.com and on the News 9 app.
In southwest Oklahoma City, police are looking for the driver of a truck. Look at this, that crashed into a house and kept flying into the driveway. This is where it ended up. This all unfolding around 3 o'clock this morning near Southwest 36th and May. The truck ended up on top of a car after doing a lot of damage to the house. And then the driver ran off. Police say luckily no one was home at the time of the crash. Now they're searching for the suspect. They do not have a description. Also on the southwest side, at least one person taken to the hospital after a 3-car crash. This also unfolding around 3:30 this morning near Southwest 54th and Meridian. We're trying to figure out what caused the crash, how bad the injuries are. Stick with News 9 as we learn more.
Oklahoma City police arrest 2 people in connection to a deadly shooting on the northeast side of Oklahoma City. It happened last month. Police say Anisha Washington and the 17-year-old suspect set up Emmett Grisham to be robbed. We're told that Grisham was at Washington's apartment near Northeast 4th and Lottie, getting his hair done when he was shot multiple times. Officers said the suspects then drove away. We spoke to Gresham's mother after that shooting.
They didn't just rob him, they robbed me. They robbed me of my baby, of my joy.
Washington was arrested on a first-degree murder complaint. The 17-year-old faces an accessory to murder charge.
A lot of frustration in Duncan. Duncan Regional Hospital will have increased police presence today after a 5th bomb threat now. That's 5 bomb threats in less than a month at the hospital. Police say this latest one was made just after 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Police say it was not credible, but they'll put extra officers at the hospital for an extended period for safety. Police are still trying to find out who is making these false bomb threat phone calls. Your time now 6:06. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Gold. She's watching the roads for us on this Friday. Hey, Megan.
Hey, good morning. As we head into the weekend, I know it's back to feeling like February, 40s and 50s, but so many people with the sniffles, sneezing and coughing right now. And an update on our allergy index, the tree pollen, those cedar trees continuing to give so many of us big issues. So just a reminder as we go to the weekend, weed and mold down at a low level. Temperatures, as we've been talking about, so much colder this morning than yesterday morning, anywhere from about 20 to even 40 degrees colder off into northeastern Oklahoma. So crank up that heat as you get in the car this morning. Here's a live look there at the Broadway extension. If you're coming into Oklahoma City from the north side, smooth sailing there. I-35 down at South 66, looking off to the north, and then I-40 in May. So no crashes to report to you. Just be safe as you hit the roadways this morning, guys. Back over to you.
All right, Megan, thank you. This morning, 2 of the 3 volunteer firefighters injured after their truck went down a ravine are now back home. Look at the pictures here. We've been following the recovery of Chris Campbell, Jake Edwards, and Randy Masters. Now, we're told Chris is still hospitalized, but is now out of the ICU. That was after severe burns to his arms. Here he is with Randy. Jake and Randy are continuing their recovery at home. Randy was able to visit Chris yesterday. Extra help from the United Cajun Navy is on its way to Oklahoma following this week's wildfires. This is the same Louisiana-based volunteer group that found a missing Chickasha boy last month. Right now, they're helping ranchers in the northwest part of the state with hay, fencing, and supplies for their livestock. They're asking for help moving those supplies, along with extra donations for those impacted. We have a link to their Amazon wish list over at news9.com.
Pin it. They just rammed us.
Oklahoma City police releasing some wild dash cam video of a suspect hitting a police car during a chase. Just watch your screen right here. Police say this was a traffic stop that turned into a chase when the car drove off. Officers tried to do several spinouts on the truck. Finally, things ended near Southwest 31st and Western. 2 teenagers inside the truck were arrested at the scene. Goodness.
3 times trying to spin them out.
My gosh. All right. It's 6:08. We got to talk weather.
Yeah, let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey Swope's here with us. Hey, Lacey.
Good morning, guys. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday.
It's a cold start this morning. Layer up, bundle up, cold enough for a little snow. Areas had fires, guys, just a few days ago, back on Tuesday. Have enough cloud cover, cold enough air in place that a few snowflakes are trying to reach the ground. Yes, not heavy, not widespread. Most of this is evaporating, but that's how cold we are to start off the day today. Temperatures down into the teens for wind chills, and highs today will rebound back into the 50s. We'll have your full weekend forecast, and we're sure needing moisture across the state. We'll talk about any rain chances coming up.
And the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association is stepping in to help ranchers affected by the wildfires. In just a few minutes, how ranchers can apply to get that help.
A beloved actor passes away due to ALS, and a manhunt for a stolen ambulance. Your top national stories are next. All right, the Oklahoma City Thunder back in action tonight at home. They're hosting the Brooklyn Nets at the Paycom Center, and we have a special treat for you. Before the game, we are doing a meet and greet with David and Lacey starting at 5:30. They'll be set up with a big booth on the 100-level concourse. Swing by, say hi, take photos, sign autographs. They would love to chat with you. Before the game, also, you can watch our exclusive pregame sports report. We're starting it at 6 o'clock, something new. We hope you like it. It will air on the Oklahoma's own sports YouTube channel. Just scan this QR code and it will take you to the right page. And then, hey, you can watch the Thunder Nets game for free right here on News 9. We're bringing it to you live, and you don't have to pay for it. Tip-off with the game is at 7 o'clock.
I heard Mark Daignault was going to swing by the 100 level of the concourse just to get some insight. Just insight from you, Lacey, about game strategy.
Always.
Just tell him to make it rain.
Make it, that's all we need. That's all we need. Across the state, but for sure in the Paycom.
Yes.
Let's do it.
You guys love this event, though. So many folks swing
so
by.
fun.
Yeah, it's a great way to interact with people,
People
too.
come from all over the state of Oklahoma to come to these games, and so we just love interacting with people. So many News 9 fans, and hear the stories. And of course, our sports guys will all be there. Our sports team will be talking with them on their live stream as well.
Awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be there later on tonight, and some of the superstars out, SGA, J-Dub.
Yeah.
AJ Mitchell won't be playing, but
some of the others step
such
up.
a deep bench.
Exactly.
My goodness. Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun regardless, one way or another.
There
But
you
hoping
go.
for that Thunder win. We need rain across Oklahoma so desperately. We've got the drought, obviously, the fires this week because of the lack of rainfall and the drought that's been raging on. Looking ahead the next several days, we're still dry. We're very dry.
Need rain.
But we're cold. Now we're back to winter-like conditions. So the next 9 days are the final days of February, which means the final days of meteorological winter. And we still have more kind of whiplash going on. We'll have spring-like temperatures next week, more fire danger. It's a lot to get to. Let me show you what you're kind of waking up to and what the babies will be experiencing heading out the door. As your kiddos are heading to school this morning, they need to layer up. Don't forget the coat. They need it this morning. The last several mornings, the last several afternoons, it's been warm, close to records. Not today. Today, it feels like the teens, 40 degrees for midday and recess, and we'll see highs in the low 50s. Monday, the high was 74 in Oklahoma City. Right now, the wind chill, it is 17. So when we say kind of our wild things that happen and change in Oklahoma, we're not kidding. If you're new here, this is not uncommon. But what we have had is close to historic as far as the warmest winters on record. So you look back to December 1st through the end of February, that is meteorological winter, okay? And the hottest or warmest that we have seen was back in 1991. We are nearly tied for the warmest on record for the entire season, and we are the 7th driest on record, and records began back in the 1890s. So it's pretty significant how warm, how dry we've been. Put that into perspective this morning. That's why it feels so cold. Yesterday, Lacey, she was telling me she was out at a soccer game, and she's like, it was just frigid. I was layering up, couldn't get warm. I'm like, we've all become weenies because of how warm it's been. We are. You're not alone in that. This feels brutal this morning as you're heading out. Winds right now are light. They're not all that strong, but we do have a little snow going on in the cloud deck back into the panhandle, back into northwest Oklahoma. Look at the flakes, a few isolated snow showers from Cherokee to Woodward to Shattuck. Not enough to cause accumulation, and the air underneath that cloud deck is dry. So most of this is accumulating before it reaches the ground. But don't be too shocked if you see some snow spitting out of the sky in these areas where we've had these big fires this week. Now on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, a live look in downtown. It's 28, but the temperature feels like the teens. So teens, 20s, another freeze. We have several mornings with freezing temperatures still on your 9-day. So we are not out of the woods there. For all the folks that are anxious to plant, winds are still stronger down in southern Oklahoma, but they're going to relax. It feels like 12 in Minco, 17 in Fort Cobb, 14 in Watonga. We have not felt this cold in a couple of weeks, okay, since the beginning of February. Wind chills are near 0 in our panhandle, full-blown winter. So if you haven't been paying attention and you've been unplugged, please don't step outside and go about your day like it's normal, because you're going to regret it. 42 in Ponca, 49 in Stillwater, 52 in Hobart, 53 in Ardmore. Tomorrow, actually tonight into tomorrow, another cold front hit. So tomorrow, north winds a little cooler than what we'll see today. Winds are a little more strong as well. Sunday, still a little on the cool side, but close to average. Monday, same thing. By Tuesday and Wednesday, ridge starts to build, winds start to pick up. So we'll see highs back into the 60s, even the 70s. Few areas might nudge up towards 80, and the fire danger comes back. We start to cool things off for a while midweek, and then we're watching for a storm system to bring us moisture because they have been so few and far between over the last several months. Our next opportunity is sometime around the 2nd or the 3rd of March. But some data says that storm passes by dry. So we're watching it for you. We need it. The drought continues to get worse as we've been showing you. And over the next 9 days, you won't find much in the way of moisture. Some areas of light sprinkles like what we're seeing this morning with some snow. We'll have a chance for a few isolated sprinkles this afternoon in the north. May get a few additional flakes mixing in back into the panhandle. As the front moves in tonight, north winds move back in. Wind chills in the teens and 20s for your Saturday morning. It is going to be cold, and we'll keep that north wind around all day. So wind chills remain in the 30s most of the afternoon for your Saturday. Highs in the 40s, low 50s, and then Sunday, weaker winds with 50s on the way. And every time the winds pick up, the fire danger bumps up. So it's low to moderate for tomorrow, low on Sunday, but bumps up as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Those are the days to really pay attention, and more 70s by the end of your 9-day. Not a bad way to end February. I'll send it back to you guys.
Lacey, thanks. Here's a reminder. We are streaming live right now on YouTube. You can just scan this QR code right here. That'll take you to the page. Subscribe, and then you can join in the chat. Ask your questions, leave your comments. We'll read some of those comments later on this morning. 6:19 your time. Let's take a look at some of the headlines we're following across the nation. Eric Dane, best known for his role in the medical drama Grey's Anatomy, has died at 53. Last year, he shared that he had been diagnosed with ALS, a disease that attacks the body's nerve cells. He became an advocate for awareness and research of ALS.
In Idaho, a manhunt is underway after police say a suspect stole an ambulance and then crashed it into an office building. Pretty wild scene. Police say the suspect then grabbed some gas cans that were stashed in some nearby bushes and ran off. Maybe he planned it. Authorities say he tried to light the gas cans on fire, but then he got scared off by first responders. He's still on the run this morning.
Nissan is recalling over 642,000 Rogues due to issues with the car's gears and engine. They went rogue.
Good one.
Sorry. The NHTSA says the engine bearings with some of the 2023 and 2025 models could fail, leading to possible oil leaks. Nissan says it will alert affected owners next month.
We crack ourselves up around here. All right, 6:20. Let's get over to Megan Gold. I heard you snickering too, Megan.
Mine was like a snicker and a cough, you know, at this point.
It was an eye roll.
The allergies and then Colby's jokes. It's just, it is what it is.
Bad
We're
combination.
grateful for them. It keeps things light around here. Hey, we are getting our Friday going almost to the weekend. Our sunrise is at 7:10 this morning, sunset at 6:17. And as we look off there on the eastern horizon, a little bit of cloud cover there off to the east, and starting to see a little bit of color. And of course, that'll increase here through the next 30 to 45 minutes. Here's the Broadway extension. Still smooth sailing for those of you down in the Norman area that travel I-35. Northbound, smooth sailing there at Robinson, looking off to the north, and then I-40 in May coming into the metro. Good to go from there. So morning drive picking up, but still no accidents to report to you from the north down to the south. Good to go, and your drive times into Oklahoma City are good to go from all directions. Be safe, bundle up as you hit the roadways. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
A former U.S. men's national team standout has joined the team bringing professional soccer back to Oklahoma City. OKC for Soccer announced that Josie Altidore is the latest professional athlete to invest in the team. He joins former Thunder legend Russell Westbrook. OKC for Soccer says the two-time U.S. Men's Player of the Year and two-time World Cup participant brings the class credibility to the locker room.
I love the hype that's leading up to soccer returning to Oklahoma City. Gosh, we've missed it since the energy left. And now all of these big names getting behind it, the big outdoor stadium coming to Bricktown. It's a great time for soccer.
Man, you're talking about Russell Westbrook, a legend in his own, and then a guy's in 2 World Cups.
Yeah.
Talking about world class, yes, bring it. Let's go.
OKC for soccer. All right, let's get over to Lace for the outdoor forecast. What do you have for us, Lace?
How about white deer in Oklahoma City? It's so crazy to see these pictures when they come in. The piebald deer population, which is not albino, okay, but some of these deer are bred and they continue to pass down this piebald gene. And we see this a lot in southern Logan County, northern Oklahoma County. This is 150th in Council.
What?
William Whitman said this. He said he saw them yesterday morning.
Wow.
So look at him. He's a little spike. Something going on there, almost all white, but he has a brown leg right through their property.
Beautiful.
Is that not amazing? And this is just another picture of him running with a kind of a group of bucks here.
In Oklahoma
Cool.
City.
In OKC. Wow. It's just so awesome. Can you imagine you're driving down the road or something? It looks like a unicorn. I mean, he truly looks like a unicorn standing there. My daughter would have lost her absolute mind.
They do exist.
Right? Exactly. So cool. Send us your wildlife pictures. They're amazing. Temperatures this morning are sure cold. We're down into the teens, the 20s. Wind chills are in the teens. We have sunshine with highs today in the low 50s with calmer winds. Now, we've got some cold air in place. Another front hits tonight. We'll talk about that. The wildfire cranks back up, and then rain chances. All your details coming up in full weather.
A big voice in oil and gas energy speaking out after several companies announced they're leaving Oklahoma, going to Texas instead. What this trade group says is the big problem, we're talking about it after the break.
You're watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
It is 6:30. Some headlines from overnight. Multiple people forced to evacuate their home after an apartment complex catches fire. This was in southeast Oklahoma City. Look at all this smoke right here. It happened around 2 o'clock this morning near southeast 44th and Sunny Lane. Fire crews say the flames may have started in a vacant apartment and then spread. 8 families had to evacuate. The cause is under investigation.
Right now, we're working to learn what led up to a deadly crash involving a car and a tractor on Route 66 in El Reno. Mason Dunn up in Bob Mills Sky News 9 was over that scene around 1:30 yesterday afternoon. We know at least one person died. So far, no names have been released.
All right, 6:31 Friday. We call it Friday, and it's a cold one around here, Colby.
It sure is. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center now. Lacey Swope standing by. Lacey, gonna be cold heading into the weekend too.
Yeah, the mornings are for sure going to be cold to kind of bitterly cold depending on where you are. Skies have been clear overnight. Now we're getting some of that cloud cover from the northwest to stream in to the Oklahoma City Metro, the Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Look at the gorgeous hues over the horizon, and some of these clouds, these altocumulus clouds, are going to light up with brilliant colors here over the next 30 minutes or so. But yeah, cold air, and now trying to get a few snowflakes to reach the ground. Let me show you the temperature now 4 below. This is not the wind chill in Nebraska. Frigid air pushing down to the south, 28 in Oklahoma City. That north wind is still with us. It's light, being driven behind the storm that brought us the wind yesterday. By the way, this sparked tornadoes in the Midwest. I'll show you some of that video. Did some pretty significant damage. Now they're getting more snow on top of that. Meanwhile, our next storm is back to the west, and it's giving us enough cloud cover to get a few snow flurries to develop. But I just checked in with our storm trackers up in Woodward, Ron and Kyle Wilson. So far, they're not seeing any flakes, but that doesn't mean that anywhere along this line you could see a few snowflakes here and there. It is possible, and it's cold enough, and those are the areas that had all the wildfires earlier this week, 70s and 80s too. 28 degrees, temperatures in the low 20s in northern Oklahoma. North winds are 5 to 15, and it feels like the lower and mid-teens as you're heading out. You need a big coat, maybe even the hat this morning, the gloves for the kiddos that are going to be outside for a while, and we're in the 50s for highs. How's it looking for the weekend? I'll have your full forecast, and we'll talk about more fire danger next week. It's coming up.
A now former Oklahoma City teacher faces new criminal complaints this morning tied to an alleged sexual relationship with a teenage student. Brockton Lundy is the suspect. He most recently taught at Douglas High School. He was first arrested last week after police say he was found with the teen in his car. Lundy's now accused of several counts of child pornography and sexual misconduct with a minor. He was arrested by the U.S. Marshal's Office on Wednesday and has since bonded out of jail. In Love County, a new search operation is underway in connection to the longtime disappearance of Molly Miller and Colt Haynes. The two went missing nearly 13 years ago when they were passengers in a car that got involved in a police chase. We're told the car crashed in Love County, and while both of them called for help, neither of them have been found to this very day. This week, investigators say they had police dogs, drones, and other radar imaging equipment set back up in Marietta searching for the two teens. Sources say they expect the search to continue through today.
6:34 your time right now. Let's get a check of your morning drive. Turn to meteorologist Megan Gold for the latest. Hey, Megan.
Hey, good morning. We have been talking about the big changes back to the February feel, and just to put it into perspective for you, this time yesterday as you were hitting the roadways, temperatures right around 53 degrees. We had portions of the eastern sides of the metro in the 60s, and we are about 25 degrees colder right now with an air temperature of 28 in Oklahoma City, and as Lacey talked about, a wind chill of 17. So bundle up if you're hitting the roadways right now. The skies are lighting up with gorgeous colors there. That's our downtown camera, part of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Still headed into Oklahoma City. I-40 looks great. The Broadway extension down to 235. So across the entire metro, no slowdown showing up right now. Just be safe as you hit the roadways, and your drive times are good to go from all directions. Guys, back over to you.
Megan, thanks. A bill that would have allowed for concealed carry on state capitol grounds fails. Supporters of this bill say the Second Amendment should allow people to carry anywhere, including lawmakers who need to protect themselves during protests. Opponents say that there's already enough security, and they warn that more guns could increase tensions. That bill ended up failing in committee with a 4-3 vote.
As recovery from the wildfires in northwest Oklahoma begins, many ranchers are left to rebuild, and they need help. The Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association is launching a relief fund to help out those cattle producers. It is working with boots-on-the-ground leaders across the Oklahoma Panhandle and in northwest Oklahoma to find ranchers who need the most help.
It's a legacy issue. We want to see them, again, it's their business, but it's their livelihood. And so we want to help them where we can, even in just a small way, to meet some needs so they can continue.
An application will be launched soon to assess the damage and the losses so that those farmers can get relief directly, especially the ones that need it most. And one of the biggest issues is, think about these wildfires. They burned so many hay fields and hay bales. So the immediate need right now is feeding the cattle that survived these flames. You don't know what to feed them at this point because all the feed burned up. And so that's the immediate need. And also they had to cut a bunch of fences to let cattle run from the flames. So the immediate need is so great right now.
Yeah, even on Wednesday morning when Kylie was out there in Woodward, we saw that, the hay bales burning. So certainly thinking about all our farmers and ranchers this morning, praying for those families. Right now, it's turned to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Fire danger a little bit lower today, Lacey.
Yeah, definitely. The winds are much lighter, and actually in those areas where we had some of our biggest fires, they're getting a few snow flurries this morning. That's how cold we are. Not enough moisture to measure, not going to help with drought conditions, nothing like that. But check it out. That is snow in the cloud deck. Some of that evaporating before it reaches the ground. And talk about cold air, down to 22 in Woodward. Single digits in our Panhandle. Wind chills in the metro, guys, in the lower and mid-teens. While their full weekend forecast. How long is this sticking around? It's coming up.
All right, Lacey, thanks. Here at News 9, we want to recognize teachers for the impact they make in the classroom.
This morning, we are honoring Jennifer Walters, a third-grade teacher at Parkview Elementary School. The person who nominated her says she demonstrates care and love for her class, even while battling lung cancer, and she does it with a smile. She is our hero. Thank you, Jennifer Walters.
And you know an educator doing great things in the classroom? You can nominate them to be an impactful teacher by visiting news9.com/teacher. We're back right after this. We are streaming live right now on our YouTube stream, and we want you to be part of that chat. And you have joined in.
Yeah.
Here's what you said. Sherry said, "Good morning, beautiful and handsome friends."
Hey, Sherry.
Have a blessed day. You too, Sherry.
Wow. Okay. Next comment. Let's see. It's Donna. Friday. Anyone? We love saying that around here. Friday is Friday. Jump into the live chat. We'll read some more comments later on. But it does sound like folks are waking up on a Friday morning. There's like a lot of people in the live chat right now.
Our executive producer also just got in our ears and said there are donuts in the newsroom.
We're just
Let's
really
go.
excited around here. Donut Friday.
Are you kidding
Oh
me?
my gosh,
What's
we're
next?
so excited.
The Thunder play at home tonight. We're so excited for what all's going on. We're partnering with the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're their official weather team, which is amazing. So David and I will be down at the game tonight. We're pumped for that. And this is a good weekend coming up, but it's going to be much colder.
Yeah.
We started the
This
week.
is such a whiplash of temperatures.
Over just a week. I mean, starting the week, guys, it's so warm, dressed for almost summertime, 80s, mid-80s Monday in southwest Oklahoma. Of course, all the wildfires. Now it feels like winter, and we've got a few snowflakes trying to fly.
This is crazy.
It's what we do in Oklahoma. And if you think this is wild, just wait till spring if you're new here. So
That's
it
right.
gets a little crazy. We're in between two storms right now. So the big storm that caused severe weather is off to the east, and it did spark storms up near Indiana, Illinois. It brought a cold front across Oklahoma and all the wind. Now there's winter weather with it coming back in along the Great Lakes states. And then see the storm back to our southwest. That's going to kick up the wind today in the panhandle, in the far western panhandle, where fire danger will be high. And then across Oklahoma, it kicks up a north breeze tomorrow, and it's sparking a little light snow in the northwest. But yesterday, this storm produced tornadoes, several tornadoes, huge, isolated, discrete supercells over portions of Illinois and Indiana. We've got some video coming in from this tornado that was produced kind of right on the border between the two states. And you can see the wall cloud here, very well defined. This supercell went up about 35 to almost 40,000 feet, kind of a lower top storm. But if you look underneath it, you can see the collar wrapping around, and there was a tornado doing damage just at the middle of it. And actually, I've had several kind of isolated satellite tornadoes on the outside of it. That one was strong. Another tornado made its way into Bloomington, Indiana, and that one did damage on the southwest side of town. Did not get damage at the university from what I can tell, but man, that was a scary situation because it was coming right towards town before it started to weaken. Most of the damage video that I have seen is more along the EF2 range, but we'll see. Of course, daylight will have a whole different picture for folks in the Midwest. Now, typically now through February, early March, it's the deep south and the Midwest that deals with tornadoes. This is common, and then that severe threat and that tornado threat shifts more towards the southern plains in Oklahoma mid to late March. So we're just a few weeks away from our typical real ramp up of severe weather season. Right now, no supercells on Next Gen Live, but we're tracking snowflakes from Shattuck to Woodward, back up to Cherokee and Byron. Very dry air underneath that. Most of this you're not going to see falling, but an isolated few snowflakes are definitely possible. Ron and Kyle Wilson, our storm trackers up in Woodward right now, not seeing anything in the way of snow, but that's possible in the region for sure. We got a little bit of cloud cover making its way across Oklahoma City, and check out the shots on our downtown cam, part of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Just absolutely gorgeous skies currently, but don't let that shock you, okay? It's cold as you step out. 28. We've not been in the 20s since the beginning of March, or not March, February. We've not made it to March. We're almost there. The beginning of February with the wind chill down into the teens. It feels much colder than what I'm showing you. This is the air temperature. 23 in El Reno, 9 out in the Panhandle, freezing all the way down to Sulphur, Ada, Lawton. Winds anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour, and it feels colder. The wind chill has bottomed out at 17 in Stillwater, 14 in Watonga, 15 in Fort Cobb, 18 in Byers, even single digits and near 0 out in the Panhandle. Panhandle. Afternoon temps 40s and 50s, and winds kind of come around light out of the southeast. But tonight, another cold front hits. So tomorrow is a pretty cold start to the day and pretty chilly throughout the afternoon because of the north breeze. Sunday, still a cooler day, close to average for February. We've not had an average February. Then we start to warm up. Fire danger bumps up as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. There'll be 70s, maybe even a few isolated 80s coming up. And that storm, all it does once again is cranks up the wind, drops the humidity across Oklahoma. So the fire danger becomes a concern. Not expecting moisture with it. Another boundary moves in midweek, Wednesday. So Thursday's a little cooler. And we're watching towards the end, past your 9 day, towards the end. We'll be watching for a storm system approaching from the west. And that one may bring us rainfall around March 2nd and 3rd. But we're going to go through the rest of February pretty much bone dry, with the exception of maybe those flakes this morning and a few sprinkles this afternoon in northern Oklahoma. Not going to help with the drought or wildfire conditions. Tonight, north winds start to pick up. They start to get more gusty than what they'll be during the daylight hours. So what does that mean? We fall into the low 20s with once again wind chills in the teens to kick off your weekend. Saturday afternoon, we'll see highs mainly in the 40s and low 50s, but it'll feel colder due to that north breeze. Sunday, lower mid 50s with some 60s to the south. So the second portion of your weekend, winds are lighter. It'll be more of a pleasant day on Sunday. Monday, 55, but then here come the 60s, the 70s back into the forecast before our next front. We'll track that wildfire danger as it gets closer to us. I'll send it back to you guys.
Coming up, bless you, Megan.
Meg.
That's the cutest sneeze I've ever heard.
A little puppy dog.
It did,
Just
girl.
internally sneeze? How's that possible?
All of our mics are on. Sorry, folks. Hey, coming up later at 9 a.m. this morning, we are celebrating the Lunar New Year on the Community Spotlight. We get a preview of the celebration happening this weekend at Myriad Gardens. We're back with more right after this. Stay with us.
Barry? Welcome back. The leading trade group in Oklahoma oil and gas is calling out lawmakers after two major energy companies announced they're moving their headquarters to Texas. The head of the Petroleum Alliance of Oklahoma believes this all stems from a tax policy passed years ago. Let's go to Kylie Dedman. She has more on why that policy is now being blamed for the energy rig decline. Kylie?
The president of the Petroleum Alliance of Oklahoma is calling on lawmakers to be better and not take the industry for granted. Now, this comes after Devon and Expand Energy announced that they are moving their headquarters out of Oklahoma. Brooke Simmons says many energy companies operating in Oklahoma began developing resources outside the state as early as 2018. Now, that's after Oklahoma taxes doubled on new oil and gas wells from House Bill 1010XX. Now, we spoke with the Petroleum Alliance president on his message to state leaders and what changes he would like to see.
So you cannot expect an industry to feel good all the time about working in Oklahoma if you're constantly chasing bright, shiny objects. If you want more of something, don't increase taxes on it. Don't create economic friction. You want more of something, don't mess it up.
Simmons says although the departures of Devon and Expand Energy going to Texas are disappointing, they do not indicate a collapse of Oklahoma's oil and gas industry. Now, Simmons also says that most of Oklahoma's top 25 natural and oil gas companies that operate out of Oklahoma are not even headquartered in the state, but Oklahoma still benefits immensely from their production and their investment. Reporting live this morning, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Kylie, thank you. Oklahoma gubernatorial candidate Chip Keating is also weighing in on this. He just announced plans for the new Trump National Laboratory for Energy and National Security in Oklahoma. Keating says this would focus on energy innovation, advanced computing, and aerospace and defense systems. You can watch his announcement right now over at news9.com.
Busy overnight for first responders. Look at this. 3 different scenes, 2 car crashes, an apartment fire. One of those car crashes, by the way, the truck plowed into a home. Details next in our On the Go segment. Some overnight news this morning. Multiple people are forced to evacuate after an apartment catches fire in southeast Oklahoma City. Look at this heavy smoke right here. It was around 2 o'clock this morning near southeast 44th and Sunny Lane. Fire crews say the flames may have started in a vacant apartment. 8 families had to evacuate. The cause is under investigation.
Now to the southwest side of Oklahoma City, police are looking for the driver of this truck. It crashed into a house. Whoa. It all happened around 3 a.m. right near southwest 36th and May. Our crews were there on scene. They say the truck crashed on top of another car that was parked in the driveway. Police say no one was inside of the home, and so far no suspect description has been released. Staying on the southwest side, at least one person was taken to the hospital after a 3-car crash. This one happened around 3:30 a.m. right near southwest 54th and Meridian near Will Rogers. We're trying to figure out what caused the crash. You can stick with News 9 as we continue to learn more.
You have to see this dash cam footage showing the moments a suspect hits an Oklahoma City police car. There it was while fleeing from police. It was a pretty wild chase. Oklahoma City police say they pulled this truck over for a traffic stop near Southwest 23rd and Robinson, but the driver sped off. They tried to spin him out 2 times. The 3rd time finally worked. It crashed. And inside were 2 teenagers. The teen driver and the teen passenger were both arrested.
Hopefully nobody's getting up to those shenanigans this
morning. Let's calm down this morning.
Yeah. How we doing on the roadways?
How we looking on the roads?
Roadways are great this morning. If you are hitting the roads, check out the gorgeous sunrise there from our Integris cam. Absolutely beautiful. Sun coming up here in just about 10 minutes. And guys, we are just less than 3 weeks away from the beginning of daylight saving time. So something to look forward to. There is the Broadway extension looking good. Down on the south side, I-35 getting a little busy, but no accidents to slow you down. And those of you that commute out to Tinker on I-40 and Air Depot looks great. So all across the metro right now, a couple slow spots, but overall, we're doing just fine.
There you go. Some folks in the chat are saying, bless you, Megan. That was your little sneeze earlier. Yeah, you got it, girl. Okay. The Oklahoma City Thunder are back in action tonight against the Brooklyn Nets at the Paycom Center, and David Payne and Lacey Swope will be there ahead of the game for a meet and greet. It'll be so great. Swing by, say hi. They'll be set up with a big photo booth on the 100-level concourse at 5:30. Also, we're starting something new. We're doing a big exclusive pregame sports report at 6 p.m. You can watch it online at Oklahoma's own sports YouTube channel. Scan this QR code. It will take you straight there.
Yeah, and then after that, you can watch the Thunder and the Nets for free right here on News 9. Tip-off is at 7.
I love these meet and greets. You guys had to cancel the last one because it was snow.
It was the big winter storm that we had.
And so much has happened since then.
Isn't it wild? We then had record highs, lots of fires. Weather does crazy things in Oklahoma, but yeah, all quiet this evening for the big Thunder game downtown. We'll see you there. This morning, as you're getting your family up and ready to head out, it is in the teens for feel-like temperatures. We've got a light south wind later this afternoon, 53 degrees, and a cold front hits tonight, guys, back into the teens, highs in the 40s, so kind of cold mornings. Then more 70s return next week.
There you go. The thermostat's going crazy right now.
It's been bouncing back and forth.
Do I do heat? Do I do cold?
So if you forget, it gets real cold inside.
It gets real cold right now.
Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll have much more ahead. We'll see you back here at 9 a.m.
Happy Friday.